What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. If you didn't see the last video, I mentioned that my next video would be at my first ever CrossFit competition, and I brought my camera and had it in mind that I wanted to get all of the events recorded and show you guys what it was all about. However, I failed. The only video I actually recorded while there was my boyfriend and Andrew, the owner of the gym, talking about what to expect and the standards for the events, and then after that, I think I just blacked out. No, it was honestly just a lot to find someone to record. I already had people working for me to watch the puppy, so I figured I would just talk to you guys about how the competition went and then talk to you guys about my first day back training, which is today on Monday, post-competition. So the competition was a partner competition, one male and one female per team, and there ended up being, including my team, 6 RX teams. So I was up against 5 other teams. A good majority of them have qualified or have been to the CrossFit Games. So I went in there honestly with some low standards. I wanted to finish each workout without crying, making sure I finished and like walking away with some pride. And I did more than that. I was shocked by my performance. The first workout was a combination of synchro thrusters and then pull-ups, chest to bar, and bar muscle-ups, and then right into 3 deadlifts, 2 hang squat cleans, and 1 shoulder to overhead or 1 jerk. And I couldn't believe that I pushed out 185 on that for that complex. My partner definitely took on a lot of the load of the gymnastics because the bar is not my specialty and I need to work on that greatly, which I did today, which you'll get a glimpse of. But it was awesome to see that I didn't die, number 1, and number 2, that I finished. And being my first event, I couldn't have been more happier with Olympic weightlifting to finish, even though it's a different stimulus than just going up to the platform and hitting 1 lift at a time for max load, because obviously I did all of that movement beforehand and then went right into that complex. So I didn't expect to hit numbers on like the clean and the jerk that I have in the past, especially because it's paired with deadlifts. You couldn't drop the bar. There were so many different standards involved. But I think what was the most exciting part about it was in my attempt, which was the 185, my last attempt that I hit, as soon as I got that bar to my shoulders and was getting ready to jerk, I was feeling the load. It was heavy, and I just knew that I wasn't going to drop the bar because of how everyone around was supporting. Like, everyone was screaming, clapping, cheering me on, and that gave me the most energy I've ever felt in a lift in my life. And like, that's the cool part about CrossFit, is everyone is so supportive and you really feel that. You need that in those moments. Workout number 2 was wild. It was 50 calories on the bike, so between 2 partners you have to hit 50. Then it was 40 deadlifts. Mine was at 205, but again, just a total of 40. I didn't have to do 40 myself. Me and my partner split them up by 10s. Then 30 synchro bar facing burpees, first time doing it ever, literally practiced right before this event started. And then into sled pushes, 150 yard sled push for time. And we actually came in 3rd place overall for the RX, so that was wild. I did not expect to beat any of the top 3 teams that showed up. Workout number 3 was a 14-minute AMRAP starting with 70 cal row, 60 hang squat snatches, 50 strict handstand push-ups, and 12 rope climbs. And the goal is to get as far as you can into that next round as possible. Oh my God, I thought this was gonna be my weakest one, but it wasn't. Like, especially being the 3rd workout of the day, you would think that your body would just be shot, but again, just the energy of the room and the community and the support really pushed me along. Like, it was insane. The craziest part to me was me and my partner Ricky would practice some of these movements before. Like, I've never even done the hang squat snatches. I've done hang power. I started learning how to cycle that not too long ago, but literally practice it right before going into it. We practiced the handstand push-ups, which I did 3 before actually jumping into the workout, and it felt tough. And then I just like repped out 10 out of nowhere. And I'm just so thrilled to know that when a competition is going on, I somehow show up for myself. I don't know what takes over, but I just made sure to stay in my lane, like blinders on. I was not looking at the people to my left, not looking at the competitors to my right. I was just making sure I was in tune with my partner, and I really took a lot away from what he taught me just going through the entire day. The biggest thing that I took away from my partner was the mental aspect, the mental game. Specifically, there was one workout where all of the competitors in the heat after us were just lying on the floor, crushed, and I did the same thing. Like, I dropped to the floor and he picked me up really quick. He did not let me lay on the floor for more than 10 seconds. He took me to the side after that happened and said, like, look at the way everyone is on the floor right now. It shows you that they're tired. You don't want to show your competitor that you're tired, even if you're feeling it. You have to walk away from each event just confident, even if you want to break. So I made sure I did not complain after that, did not talk to my competitors about how tired I was or what was fatigue or what was hurting. And it was like a ripple effect. Once one person did it, I noticed everyone doing it around me. And I feel like having that new tool in my toolbox is going to serve me well in the future for competitions that I compete in. And then we got to the final workout of the day that was actually announced right before it started. The volunteers and everyone working for the competition went into the other room. We couldn't even see what equipment was coming out. They brought us in, wrote it on the whiteboard as they announced it, and we were shocked. I won't give you every single detail of the workout, especially because I don't have it written down, so I can't spew it off to you, but let's just say it hurt. There were sandbags involved, squats, lunges, the ski erg. We had sandbag cleans, which is the toss over the shoulder. Then we had lunges again. Then we had to finish with going into a burpee, throwing the sandbag over a box, climbing up over the box, doing the same thing to the other side until you were done with all the reps. That was a different type of hurt. I have never even put a sandbag on my shoulder to do any workouts. Like, I've only worked with the sandbag a handful of times, and I've always carried it in the front. On the shoulder, I was like, what is this? I got to test it out right before, thank God. But yeah, that one we didn't do too great in. We came in 4th for that event, but I'm just, again, happy that I finished with some pride. So we took 4th place overall for the competition, and for me, it wasn't about where I placed, which when I was in Olympic weightlifting, it was always about trying to place either 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Even 3rd, like 3rd was an ego hit. But going into this, I had no expectation of that at all. It was just about getting my feet wet, especially going up against so many athletes who have been in the game for a while, who have qualified for the games, and if not, actually have been to the CrossFit Games and competed in them. I knew it was gonna be more of a mental challenge for me, just knowing that that's who I was next to. And I felt so confident. And all of those athletes made me feel like I was meant to be there. And I'm just so excited for the future. After the event was over, me and Tommy came back to the apartment, hung out with the pup for a little bit, ate, and then got ready and went out with the crew from CrossFit Result. Got a little team dinner in, and everyone was complaining about their body who did compete there, about how sore they were, and I was like, definitely had an ego that night, because I was like, oh, my body doesn't hurt at all, and they're like, no way, they could not believe it. Well, after I fell asleep, 2 hours later, I woke up from the pain. I have never felt this type of soreness in my upper body. Like, my pain woke me up. That was a new experience for me. But I made sure on Sunday to rest, recover, and roll out with my lacrosse ball, and that's why I trained today. It's literally 2 days past that competition, and I'm already jumping back into it. But because my upper body is sore, it was more lower body focused, pushing some weights. You'll see I did a cool clean complex today at light load at 145, and then I pushed trying to find a max deadlift with chains attached to the side. The chains totaled 80 pounds, and it really makes it heavier on that last push up. And then I did some stiff-legged deadlifts, and then ended with some chest to bar pull-ups. Even though I said we didn't do upper body, it wasn't at high volume, just a couple of sets. We did 4 sets of 12 just to see what I could do, and I am thoroughly impressed because before this competition, I could not get this movement down. The day of the competition, I somehow showed up for myself and got it, and now today, I was just practicing that again. So I'm getting ready to head back over to the gym to hit my second workout of the day. I would like to say that I'm excited for it, but this is my Achilles heel. This is the hardest part for me, which is the anaerobic style workouts. It's going to be 5 rounds of 3-minute max calories on the bike with a 2-minute rest in between. Last week I did 4 rounds of the same workout and was able to hit anywhere between 39 and 42 calories, but I was dying. That is a different level of pain to me. Nothing in this world compares to that feeling of the bike. I don't want to psych myself out for it. I'm gonna end this video now, get my butt there, and just go after it. So I'll be wrapping up this video later. I'll be showing you guys both my workouts back to back, even though that's not the order that I did them in. Oh, you wanna say hi? You were in our first video. Let's see. Oh, look, he's getting so big already. Hello, hello. And if you've watched this far, thanks for listening to me rant. Say thank you. Say thank you. All right, I'll see you guys soon.
Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Just stand it up, bro. Good job.
I'm here for my second workout. I actually look like a psycho. Look at me. Got a spoon. This is my magic potion. Anything anaerobic or even anything that's like takes long, has anything to do with cardio, I'm drinking this. Ignition is basically straight sugar, but it helps you last. So definitely gonna need that. Look how busy it is right now. I'm going to try and hide this bike in the corner. Tommy's working. I don't want him to see me suffering as bad as I know I will be. So let's get to it. Everything about this makes me love right now. Everything's too strong right now. She was training hard. This is too much. Just look at the That was harder. I'm screaming. That was harder than any single moment of the CrossFit competition on Saturday. But I have to say, I'm so friggin' happy that Tommy programs like this for me, because there's a statement that I've heard him and a few people around the gym say, like, train hard. I think it's, I don't want to butcher it, but something like, train hard so you make competitions feel easy. Not to say that every competition is going to feel like a walk in the park, because it definitely didn't on Saturday, but mentally, this beat me up. I pushed way too hard to start. Got up to 46 cals on my first round. That should have been warning sign number 1. Dropped down to about 39, then went 38, 37, and then back up to 39. I think that's 5 for my last round. That bike man, whoever invented that thing, hates living. I'm gonna go home, try to put myself together. I can't wait to shower. I'm gonna cook up some chicken for Tommy, cook me up some steak, hang out with the pup, stretch, and pass out. It has been a crazy day 1 back to the gym, but you know what? Even after that, I'm ready, looking forward to tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys soon.